Brothers, the new generation Legion Y70 isn't simply a gaming phone. It can actually run AAA games directly, which makes it pretty interesting. So how does it perform in real-world use? What's the actual experience like when streaming AAA PC games? And beyond gaming, how do the AI features, display, battery life, and everyday experience hold up? I've spent some time using it, so let me share my honest experience with you. A quick shout out to my tech partner from China for sharing this video. A big thank you for making this possible. Hey everyone, it's Michael from techiestreet. If you love staying updated with the latest gadgets, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our exciting tech content. Let's begin with a quick unboxing. First up, here's the phone itself. Let's take a closer look at the design. Brothers, what do you think of its appearance? Let me know your rating in the comments. Personally, I'm a big fan of the white version. Look closely at the back and you'll notice its textured finish. It uses gold textured glass, so instead of feeling completely smooth like conventional glass, it has a very fine, soft, frosted texture. The feeling is actually quite similar to the surface of a premium gaming mouse. And there's another big advantage. It doesn't easily pick up fingerprints. The frame is built from aerospace-grade aluminum alloy, giving the phone a sturdy and premium feel in the hand. However, that solid construction also adds some weight. The phone comes in at 227 grams and measures 8.29 millimeters thick. Honestly, this definitely isn't a lightweight phone. But brothers, there's a good reason for that extra weight. Inside is a massive 8,000 mAh new ring battery. I've actually used the phone for an extended period to see what the battery could really do. I left the store at 8 in the morning, watched videos for about an hour, played a couple of rounds of King of Glory during work, streamed PC games during lunch, browsed posts throughout the afternoon, watched Bilibili for another hour on the way home, and then spent another 3 hours gaming at home. So after all of that, how much battery was left from that huge 8,000 mAh cell? It still had around 20% remaining the following morning. So unless you're an extremely heavy user, getting through an entire day shouldn't be a problem, and you may still have some battery left afterwards. The phone also supports 90-watt fast charging. It can reach 50% in about 30 minutes, and a full charge takes roughly 60 minutes. And there's another feature that gamers are definitely going to appreciate: bypass charging. When you're gaming while connected to the charger, the power can go directly to the phone instead of continuously charging the battery. This helps reduce heat buildup, meaning you can keep playing while charging without the phone becoming uncomfortably hot. Now that we've covered the design and battery, let's move on to one of the biggest upgrades this time around: Tianqi AI. These days, almost every smartphone manufacturer is talking about AI, but honestly, in many cases, the so-called AI experience simply means asking the phone to play a song or perform a few basic commands. This time though, things are a little different. Tianqi AI is an L3 level system intelligence agent. So what exactly does L3 mean? The key difference is that instead of simply waiting for you to give it commands, it can proactively assist you. Let's start with AI meeting assistance. During classes or meetings, one of the biggest worries is missing important information. Tianqi AI can help with 3 major tasks, starting with accurate real-time transcription. It can identify different speakers, automatically create summaries, generate to-do lists, support WeChat voice calls and Tencent meetings, and provide real-time transcription for actual conversations. It can even clone your voice. And all of these notes can be automatically saved into the AI knowledge base. The information can also sync between your phone, PC, and tablet, so you don't have to sit there frantically typing notes while a meeting is happening. AI can take care of the process within seconds. There's also AI simultaneous interpretation, which supports real-time Chinese translation as well as real-time conferencing. And this isn't just a simple word-for-word translation that sounds awkward. It understands the context and produces much more natural and fluent output. That makes it especially useful if you enjoy watching American or British TV shows without subtitles, or if you're traveling overseas and need help understanding conversations. Now, when it comes to Tianqi Cloud, let me give you a practical example. Imagine you're playing a game like Black Myth and want to create a detailed strategy guide. You can simply tell it what you're looking for, and it can automatically search across the internet for the latest Easter eggs, useful information, and speedrun tips. You don't have to spend hours scrolling through forums or sitting through dozens of videos anymore. You can get that information right on your phone. And the best part is that this shrimp is cross-platform. The strategy guide shrimp you train on your phone carries the same intelligence over to your Legion PC or tablet, so it stays with you wherever you go. It works right out of the box, and the more you use it, the better it becomes at understanding you. My friends, the next feature is something I've personally used and genuinely want to recommend to everyone: seamless connectivity. There is one important requirement for this technology though. Your Legion PC and your phone need to be connected to the same Wi-Fi network. In simple terms, this feature lets your phone connect directly to your Legion PC, allowing you to continue playing AAA games from your PC while you're lying in bed, relaxing on the sofa, or even sitting in the bathroom. For example, imagine you're playing Cyberpunk on your PC and suddenly feel like lying down. You don't need to pause the game or save your progress. Just grab your phone, tap once to start streaming, and you can continue exactly where you left off from your bed. It supports 2K ultra-high definition graphics, while the latency is so low that it's almost impossible to notice. In my experience, it's also much more stable than Steam Link. Getting everything connected is extremely straightforward. Open Legend Zone on your phone, choose Connectivity, add your PC, and that's basically it. Legend Zone also includes two really useful features: AI Preload and AI Protection. AI Preload can prepare your game resources before you actually enter the game, helping you avoid those long loading screens. Then there's AI Protection. You can leave the game to answer messages, order food, or handle something else, and when you return, the game remains online without forcing you to reconnect. Now that we've covered what I think is the coolest feature, let's go back to the fundamentals: performance. The Legion Y70 is powered by the 5th generation Snapdragon 8 processor built on a 3nm process. I'm not going to spend time talking about benchmark numbers because you've probably seen them countless times already. The important thing is that this chip currently sits firmly among the top tier of flagship smartphone processors. The phone also comes with LPDDR5X Ultra 9600 megabits per second BFM 4.1 and RAM BOSS 4.0 with 12 gigabytes of physical RAM that can be expanded virtually up to 32 gigabytes. This gives the phone more room to keep applications running in the background. During my testing, the phone handled Genshin Impact at maximum graphics settings and 60 FPS without any issues, while Honor of Kings maintained a steady 120 FPS with no noticeable frame drops. Normally, with a regular smartphone, you might start feeling significant heat after around 10 minutes of gaming, but that isn't really a problem here because of the phone's powerful cooling system. The Tianqi Ninjin cooling architecture really lives up to its name. In my test, after 30 minutes of high-load Genshin Impact gameplay, the back of the phone reached a maximum temperature of around 42 degrees Celsius. Only the frame became slightly warm. Another nice detail is that the cooling design doesn't interfere with the antenna when you're holding the phone horizontally. Even when using it on a hot subway network, the connection remains stable. The phone also supports dual standby with 4 SIM cards, so when you're traveling overseas, you don't have to keep swapping SIM cards. Now let's talk about the display. The Legion Y70 comes with a 6.8-inch OLED flat display featuring 8K resolution, a 1 to 140 Hz LTPO dynamic refresh rate, and a peak brightness of 7,000 nits. Looking at the screen for long periods feels comfortable, and the overall display quality is quite impressive. The calibration is fine and detailed without making the screen look overly harsh or glaring. Durability is another major strength. The phone carries IP66, IP68, and IP69 dust and water resistance ratings. It's also built to take quite a beating, with resistance to drops from up to 1.8 meters and bending resistance of up to 80 kilograms, so you don't have to constantly worry about someone accidentally bending your phone. For gaming, the phone supports the Legend G3 game controller, which can be used while holding the phone. You can also add a magnetic cooling back clip or use the dedicated magnetic phone case. There's also Super Connect 3.3, which supports one-to-one file transfers and cross-platform document sharing. Honestly, there are so many features packed into this phone that I haven't even had the chance to try everything yet. You can discover and explore them gradually. Of course, when you're gaming or watching movies, audio quality is also important. The Legion Y70 uses Dolby Stereo dual speakers along with an X-axis linear motor. The sound positioning is especially good in FPS games, making it easier to identify things like footsteps and gunshots. Overall, gaming on this phone is a really enjoyable experience. Now, what about the cameras? To be completely honest, the camera system isn't going to compete with dedicated camera-focused phones, but for a gaming phone, I was actually more impressed than I expected. This time, the main camera uses a 50-megapixel Sony LYT710 sensor, which helps produce sharp and detailed images. You also get an ultra-wide-angle camera and a macro camera, giving you more flexibility when shooting different types of subjects. So, after using the new generation Legion Y70, my conclusion is pretty simple. This isn't just an average gaming phone, it's also a seriously capable streaming machine that can handle AAA games with ease. You get intelligent AI assistants that can automatically search for Easter eggs and useful information, strong connectivity, excellent battery endurance, and plenty of performance. It really is a powerhouse. So who is this phone made for? I'd say it's ideal for heavy users, PC gamers, game streaming enthusiasts, and anyone looking for a truly hardcore smartphone experience. And with that, we've reached the end of this video. If you enjoy cutting-edge technology and want to discover more interesting gadgets and surprises, make sure you stay tuned for the next one. That's all for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye!